Epilogue. My tryst with Bhagavad Gita began when I was 5 years old. My mother used to narrate pieces of Mahabharata at our bedtime. That was all. When I became 23 years old, I attended a convocation address in Patna Village Senate Hall, and at that time I was presented a pocket book of Bhagavad Gita. I brought it with me. In 1968, when I proceeded for USA, I kept that Bhagavad Gita in my suitcase. And then when I reached over there in USA, I kept it in the drawer again. Every time, every morning, I would go to the laboratory. Before going to the laboratory, I would open the drawer and look at the photo of Bhagwan Krishna and offer my pranam. That's all. I never had the opportunity, time to go through it. When I returned to India, back to my home, I again kept this Gita with me and never happened to read till I was 40 years old. In 1980, it just occurred to me that I should go through it. Of course, I should find time and go through it. I did go through it in pieces, chapter by chapter. But I realized that this my knowledge, poor knowledge of Sanskrit, was posing some kind of hurdle. Moreover, I didn't have much time to spend on it, going into the depths of the sermon of Bhagavad Gita, so I left it. Again in 2005, I tried again. But before doing that, I wanted to hear the discourses of learned gurus. I chanced upon Kripaluji Maharaj incidentally on TV, and I heard him speak about Bhagavad Gita. It was quite a fascinating interpretation. He had a marvelous way of saying things. I was drawn towards all that. Later on, I visited Mathura, the birthplace of Bhagwan Krishna, and then saw Vrindavan and went to Gokul, where I moved the palanquin in which the Bhagwan Gita Bhagwan Krishna was seated, and I proceeded to Govardhan Parvat, where I had the feeling of the place, and then I moved on to Barsana, and then I went to Nandagaon, and I was extremely enthralled. I kissed the dust of the Holy Land. I returned to Patna. I kept on thinking about Bhagwan Krishna. It was Bhagwan Krishna who fascinated me, and he is fascinating me till today, and I'm sure his fascination for Bhagwan Krishna will remain till the end of my life. I joined ISKCON afterwards, and I heard many gurus talk about Gita and their discourses in English and Hindi, and other gurus also. I finally decided that I should also say something about Bhagavad Gita in Hindi, in simple language. But I was a little bit skeptical to begin with. I said to myself, why, who is going to listen to me if I say something? It will remain confined to me. Then I saw many people say something in YouTube. So I decided that I should also say something and put it in YouTube. I set a time constraint for me, 10 minutes, because I wanted to learn something about myself, and I said to myself, well, who is going to listen to this man for a long time? So 10 minutes was enough for a chapter, and I started with it. I faltered at the beginning, but then I slowly gathered some kind of strength, and something impelled me, something forced me from inside. Maybe it was Bhagwan Krishna who said, well, despite your failings and weaknesses, poor presentation, go ahead and do it and complete the whole thing. And I did it. I did all 18 chapters in about 1 month or so. When I look back upon the whole exercise, I find that I have erred at many places. I slipped on many passages. I made a mistake. I did not mention, for example, Vasuki. I did not mention Hari Om Tat Sat. In this way, there were many passages I missed out on, but you will all bear with me my weaknesses, considering that I am novice, but I tried to do all these things in about 150 or 160 minutes, all 18 chapters, 700 verses. At the end, I would like to tell you that I am deeply beholden to my gurus. I offer my respect at their feet because of their inspiration. Directly or indirectly, I have been able to complete the entire exercise. I sent my YouTube presentations to some of my friends and expected them to offer comments, but they didn't say anything. I did not want that anybody should, you know, like my YouTube or subscribe to it and press the bell button and so on. Why should I force upon them? It is upon their will. If they do, it's okay. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter if they don't. My duty was over. I presented everything. I unfolded upon them my heart. That's all I could do. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.